Hi there and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to dive deeply into one of Disney's most iconic villains, the evil and menacing Hades from Hercules. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe as we have hundreds more videos available that are similar and we have so much more planned. So here we go. Villain study. Hades, Lord of the Dead. Hades, the underdog of Mount Olympus, the Lord of the Dead, and the patron deity of blue flame enthusiasts everywhere. If you're not laughing at his rapid-fire one-liners, you're likely marveling at his sheer audacity to treat the world of the living, the dead, and even the gods themselves as his personal roast battleground. Disney's Hercules took this classical Greek deity and transformed him into one of the most quotable, sarcastic, and oddly relatable villains in animated history. Let's dig deep into the underworld of Hades' character with a shovel, because he'd appreciate the effort, and see what makes him such a fiery delight. Origins, mythology versus Disneyfication. First off, let's address the elephant, or maybe the Cerberus, in the room. The mythological Hades and Disney's Hades are about as similar as wine and grape Kool-Aid. In Greek mythology, Hades is not inherently evil. Sure, he's the ruler of the underworld, but someone had to do it. He's more like that one co-worker who's quiet, misunderstood, and always stuck with the office's least glamorous tasks. Disney, however, decided that what the Lord of the Dead really needed was the energy of a sleazy Hollywood agent on a permanent caffeine bender, complete with a mouth that runs faster than Hermes in a foot race. Hades' personality in Hercules is a brilliant mix of menace and mirth. While other Disney villains brood in silence or scream in rage, Hades is a walking stand-up routine. He's got the comedic timing of a late-night host and the charm of someone you know is trying to sell you something. Probably a multi-level marketing scheme for eternal damnation. The design, fire, fashion, and fabulousness. Can we talk about the look? Hades' design is a masterclass in animation. The grayish-blue skin and flame-like hair perfectly capture the concept of a deity who embodies death without being, depressing. His hair, in particular, deserves its own fan club. It's literally fire, folks. It changes color with his mood, because Hades doesn't just get mad. He gets incandescently furious. When things are going well, it's a cool, calming blue, like a gas stove on low. But tick him off? Boom! Instant inferno. His toga-esque ensemble, accented with skull motifs, says, yes, I'm the boss of the underworld, but I still know how to accessorize. And let's not overlook his teeth, which are unnervingly perfect for someone who spends all day with skeletons. Is there an underworld orthodontist? These are the questions Disney refuses to answer. Voice acting. James Woods tour de force. Much of Hades' charm comes from the vocal performance of James Woods, whose rapid-fire delivery turned what could have been a standard-issue villain into a comedic masterpiece. Woods didn't just voice Hades, he became Hades. His improvisational style gave the character a distinctive rhythm, peppering the dialogue with enough sarcasm to fuel 1,000 Twitter threads. Consider some of his most iconic lines. Whoa! Is my hair out? Zeusy, I'm home. We dance, we kiss, we schmooze, we carry on, we go home happy. What do you say? These aren't just villainous quips. They're weapons-grade wit. It's like every line was designed to be followed by a rim shot. Hades doesn't just insult people. He verbally obliterates them while making you laugh. Truly, a role model for anyone attending a family reunion. Personality, the underworld's problem child. Hades is the quintessential middle child of the Greek pantheon. Zeus gets the thunderbolts and the kingdom of the sky. Poseidon gets the oceans and the trident. And Hades gets stuck babysitting the souls of the dead for eternity. Is it any wonder he's bitter? He's ambitious, yes, but not in the mustache swirling, I'll take over the world way. No! Hades wants to dethrone Zeus and claim Olympus because he genuinely thinks he could do a better job. And let's face it, with Zeus' track record of poor decision-making, Hades might actually have a point. That said, Hades' biggest flaw is his impatience. He has all the time in the world, Literally, he's immortal, but he can't wait 5 minutes for anything to go according to plan. His temper is a ticking time bomb, and when it goes off, you better hope you're not within flaming hair radius. Henchmen, pain and panic and eye-rolling. Every great villain needs lackeys, and Hades has pain and panic, a duo so incompetent they make Laurel and Hardy look like brain surgeons. These two imps are the physical embodiment of Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will, and pain and panic will be the ones responsible, despite their endless screw-ups. Hades keeps them around, possibly because they're too amusing to banish. Plus, someone has to fetch his drinks and handle the day-to-day soul torture while he's busy scheming. It's a classic toxic workplace relationship. And honestly, it's kind of inspiring how Pain and Panic manage to keep their jobs despite being so thoroughly terrible at them. Talk about job security. Relationships, a dysfunctional family affair. Hades' relationship with Zeus is complicated. On one hand, they're brothers, which means there's some level of familial obligation. On the other hand, Zeus is everything Hades despises. Cheerful, popular, and completely oblivious to his own privilege. It's like being the goth sibling in a family of Instagram influencers. As for Hercules, Hades doesn't just want to kill him. He wants to ruin him. It's personal. Hercules represents everything Hades hates about Zeus. The golden boy image, the unwavering optimism, and the ridiculously good jawline. Hades doesn't just want to beat Hercules. He wants to humiliate him. And when that doesn't work, he tries to bribe, manipulate, and cheat his way to victory. Classic Hades. Humor. The snark heard round the underworld. Hades is funny. Like, suspiciously funny for a guy who runs a land of the dead. His humor is a mix of sarcasm, pop culture references, despite being a little ancient god, and a dash of self-awareness. He's like that one friend who turns every group chat into a comedy show, except his jokes might end with someone being turned into a soul-sucking plant. A personal favorite is his reaction to setbacks. Memo to me, name you after my meeting. Who keeps memos in the underworld? Does he have a ghost assistant? Is there a spectral Google Calendar involved? These are the kinds of details that make Hades endlessly entertaining. The ultimate plan, a flaming dumpster fire. Let's take a moment to appreciate just how much effort Hades puts into his evil plans. He spends 18 years meticulously plotting Hercules' downfall. He aligns the planets, releases the Titans, and manipulates countless mortals and gods. And yet, it all falls apart because Hercules is too pure-hearted and strong to be defeated. Classic hero stuff. Hades' failure is what makes him so relatable. Who among us hasn't poured time and energy into a project only to watch it go up in flames? Sure, our failures don't usually involve lava monsters and an army of cyclopes, but the sentiment is the same. Legacy. Why we love him. Hades is the perfect Disney villain because he's equal parts threatening and hilarious. He's a scene stealer, a quick machine, and a surprisingly three-dimensional character for an animated movie. He's not just evil for the sake of it. He's evil because he's bitter, overlooked, and convinced he's the smartest person in the room. And let's be honest, sometimes he is. In the end, Hades reminds us that villains don't have to be grim and scary to be effective. They can be funny, flamboyant, and downright fabulous. And really, isn't that what we all want from the Lord of the Dead? Hades may have lost his shot at ruling Olympus, but he'll forever reign as one of Disney's most iconic characters. So that was Hades' Villain Study. We hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, and why not leave us a comment. Let us know who your favorite Disney villain is, and why it's Hades.